Yo, what's up? This is Scoozy back with another episode of Help Me Survive Minecraft. So, last episode, you may remember that we converted a lot of our zombie villagers back into uh, normal villagers, and we started to trade with them, and we found a butcher who had trades for raw chicken. So I got a little bit of excited about that, and I mentioned that our chicken cooker right here gives us only cooked chicken, so we needed to make kind of a raw chicken producing machine. So I did that. I'll show you. Um, it's under here. Yeah, under here. And basically, what it does is it collects eggs from the chickens down there, and it spits them out right under here. So what happens is there is a half slab there, a half space, so the baby chickens, just like in the chicken cooker, can survive in that half space. Um, but the second that they grow up and are able to produce a drop, they'll be too big for the space that they're enclosed in, and they will suffocate. Sounds a little cruel, I know. But what it does mean is that they will drop chicken that's raw. So I can use that to trade with the butchers. So after I built that, I AFK'd overnight. Basically, I dug a little hole right down there and just AFK'd to see how efficient it was and how many, raw chickens I could collect from it. And in the morning, I came over and climbed up out of the ground, examined it, had, 5, 6 stacks of chicken, whatever, and I was super excited. So then I ran over here and I built this chest, and I put some of the raw chicken in there. And then I went to go trade with the butcher, and I realized he was gone. And then I realized that many of my villagers were gone. I converted some more off camera after the last episode. They were also gone. Mr. Growly, though, was still here. However, he was now a zombie villager again. So the best thing that I could guess was a baby zombie spawned, hopped up in through all these holes, and mauled all of my villagers and turned them back into villager zombies, which then didn't have any items in their hand, and so they eventually despawned, never to return again. Mr. Growly, however, he had a name tag, so he stayed. So I'm like, okay, at least I figured out the mystery. I learned it was my fault. I'm an idiot. Didn't account for the baby zombies. But then some of the zombie villagers who had never been converted that were holding items suddenly started to disappear. Like back in here, we had a librarian in a brown coat, and the librarian disappeared, but the brown coat was still there. And now, as you can see, the brown coat's gone, and the brown coat that was there is gone. It's just very, very, very weird. And then I caught a new zombie villager, named him Please Stay with a name tag. He was here, and yeah, just vanished, despawned. Oh, here we go. They're trying to make up for it and give me some 2 new villagers at the same time. Alright, so I'll show you how I do this. This is pretty easy if you have some ender pearls. I'm just going to get them to follow me up into this hole I've dug. And then when he does, I ender pearl out. He's trapped. See? Simple. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to name these 2. Just got to keep an eye out for creepers, because this is a bad spot for creepers. I'm going to throw down my ender chest. Pull out the anvil. 2 name tags. We'll name this thing 1. Stupid Endermite. And thing 2. And so for those of you who don't know what that thing was I just killed, it was an Endermite. They have a chance to spawn anytime you use an Ender Pearl. So here we go. Thing 1. Thing 2. Then I'm going to go up here and put a block in here so that they can't get burned by the sun in the morning. So yeah, theoretically they should now be here forever until I kill them. But yeah, for whatever reason, this is like the Bermuda Triangle of villager zombies now. And I don't know what to say. Mr. Growly, he then still disappeared, even after being converted back and staying because of his name. Yeah, doesn't seem to matter here. Unfortunately, the Nitwit, he's still around. Yeah, totally useless. And we got our one chain armor cleric named Dumb. Dumber is definitely gone. Yeah. Oh, and the only other guy I think who survived is up here. Speaking of baby villagers, or baby zombies. Yeah, dead. So anyways, initially that was my bad, but now I don't really know what's happening. Yeah, I haven't really figured it out. This guy's still here too. This please stay. He did stay. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. Anyways, so for today's episode, what I actually have planned is starting on an actual safe area for villagers. I want a place where I can put my villagers once they're converted, that they'll recognize as a village, they'll stay in, live in happily, and they can't get out of. No doors for them to lead out, and totally lit up on the inside so nothing can spawn. And then it'll keep the villagers 100% safe. And a safe villager, hopefully, is a happy villager, and they won't disappear. So, kind of what I thought was, I'll do it in this cave area, and I'm thinking of like a curved kind of glass, like dome, like a biosphere almost, where the villagers can live inside and they'll have everything they need, and I can get in through a door that's controlled by redstone, and the mobs can't. So what I've done is I've counted some blocks, and from this block to this central block here is 23, and then it's 23 blocks from this central block to that block there with the torch on it. So that means I can do two kind of circular domes that will be the same size, and create a giant area. Now it may be too big for just villagers alone, so I may divide the two domes in half, like along this center point, and then on one half I can collect like dangerous hostile mobs, and on this side or whatever, vice versa, will be the villagers. So that's what I'm going to work on today. So I'm going to take off for a bit off camera and dig out all this dirt and get a nice level stone floor like that extends from this end all the way to that end, so that everything in here is stone and on the same level. And once I'm done that, I'll be back and we'll start laying out the I guess the footprint of the circles that will begin our domes. Alright, so I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, I'm back real quick. I'm just about done stonifying the new villager area, but I just wanted to come back real quick to show this. A friend of mine asked me the other day why I hate Endermen so much, and this is why. Do you see this block of grass? It's right next to the path. There's no way that I would have just left this like this all this time. So clearly this was put here by an Enderman, and if that's not enough proof for you, I'll show you. Right here is also something that I would have filled in anytime I passed by it, which would have been a million times considering how many times I've come over this hill and back and forth. I would have filled this in. I wouldn't have left that. I would have filled this in. An Enderman has taken this block out of here and put it there. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they do that. Um, but yeah, that's why I hate Enderman. Anyways, in morning, we'll head back over there and we'll start laying out the bottoms of our domes. Be right back. And we're back. So, it's daytime. I got my stone floor all done. We're all level the whole way through here, which is fantastic. Maybe not so much back there, but I'm gonna probably dig this out and make it less like less cave-like and more dugout man-made, so that can all be done in time. But up front here, we're all on the same level. And to plan out my circle, I basically did a Google search for Minecraft circles generators and picked one of the first results. And then I typed in my 23, which was the diameter of the circle that I would need. It does the math and it prints it out for you on like basically like computerized graph paper. And I just copied down the pattern and we'll build it out now. So this torch block and that torch block are kind of like center keystones, and they're marked in a different color on the generator I used. So it makes it very easy to like keep track of where I am. So we come up 3 here, and then another 3, like that. One more time, we'll do 3. And then we do 2 and 2, like that. And then we switch this way and do 2 more. And then another 3. And then another 3. And then this should line up with the center point of our circle. So from the other side, we'll do 3 out, and it's basically going to be the exact inverse of what we just did. So we do 3 and then 3 and then 3, and then we're switching back this way. This becomes a 2 and a 2 and then 3 threes again. And if we've done this right, this should connect right up with this. Just gotta break the sign off, and there we are. So that's going to be the footprint of our dome, and then it's going to curve from here up into the top of the cliff face there, all kind of curved glass. So I think that's kind of cool. It's going to look nice. I'm going to go around and put a front layer of stairs here, just to kind of make that look a little less harsh of an edge. And then we'll put the glass in on the inside rim. I'm also going to dig out this top layer of grass and replace it all with stone. I don't know if that's going to be the final flooring choice material thingy. We'll see. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now is just off camera, I'm going to do the other one going that way, and then I'll be right back. And we're back. Yeah, so I've got a lot of the work done here. Everything is fully stoned in floor-wise. Our circles are done on both sides, and I just have the last few of these kind of decorative stair pieces to add around the perimeter. I'll do that right quick here with you. Then what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to spend a bunch of time searching for a desert, because I'm going to need just a ton of sand to make all of the glass for this double dome. And yeah, so my general plan for how I'm going to execute the dome and make it look kind of round is I'm going to measure how many blocks from the roof to the floor and use the same circle generator. And then what I'll do is have the circle horizontally or vertically instead of horizontally. So then it will create the curve that comes out of the front of this curve. And then hopefully with those two curves in place, the rest will just be kind of intuitive. Um, Now, that's probably not going to be the case, but I guess we'll find out. First things first, however, I have to go and collect just bucket loads of sand. It makes me really wish I had a shulker box. But yeah, hopefully there's a desert not too far away. So I'm going to do that, collect up a bunch of sand, start making some glass, and when it's time to start doing the dome, I'll bring you back. Okay, we're back. So for me, this is the next day. I started filming this video yesterday, and then I went over to visit my nephew. We played a board game that was pretty cool. I can't remember the name of it. It was really long. Hmm. Anyways, I guess that's irrelevant. But then we played some Minecraft, and he was kind of really interested in some of the things that I've done that he didn't know about, like automated chicken cooking and whatnot. So, anyways, I told him about our realm and said that when I get home, I could whitelist him to the server and he could come on and check it out and maybe join us. So, he did. Yeah. So, Marked Potato is now on the realm server, which is super exciting. Yeah, I'm really glad to have him. Um, and yeah, so anyways, like long story short, this is the next day for me. And what I want to do right now is I want to go ahead and dye some of this glass light gray because um, I like it better than the clear glass. We did white for the house, which is also nice. But this is more like a outdoor kind of facility type thing. So I like that the gray is just a little bit dirtier, and I made a lot, but that's okay because we are going to need quite a bit to do these two domes, I'm sure. So let's head on over there, and we'll start it out now. Um, I still got a bunch of clear glass on me too. Got my Silk Touch pick with me, obviously, when working with glass. It's very important. And the nice thing about it is I've got it almost fully healed up from glass smelting and mob destroying. Yeah, so um, what we have here is the center of this circle area. And what I'm going to do is do another arc that comes out this way and curves up. Um, so I'm just going to put a block down there, and we'll see how it goes. Like that, like that. And then one more, I believe, like that. And then I believe it goes up from there. Let me just count this. Yeah, that's about right. So I didn't bring any scaffolding blocks, so I'll just use the same blocks we're building with. And from here, we're gonna go up 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks to make it 5 total, and then we start coming back in towards the cave like this. Ooh, my movement is not very graceful at the moment. Okay, so 2, 2, 2 again, and then 3. Just back up a little bit more. And then that's that's basically the circle, but where we had it build it out so far this way, it doesn't actually line up with the ceiling. It's the right height. It's just out this way too far, so I'm just going to continue it in, even though that won't be a perfect circle. But I think, obviously, the point is to seal them in safely. So, yeah, let's just break some of these scaffolding blocks. But it's silk touch, so it's good. We don't lose any of the glass. Oh. One more to go. There we are. Go and pick it up so we actually don't lose it. And then we'll go and check this out here. So yeah, that's going to be the curve of the bubble. Pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, and then I guess I'll just kind of follow these blocks around and try and curve it this way. I don't know how well that's going to work. But I figure between this curve and the curve on the ground, which are both really, good, I should be able to figure this out. So yeah, I'm going to repeat this on the other side, and maybe try to fiddle around a bit and close it in and just see how that works, and I'll bring you back to show you. Okay, and we're back. This is what I have so far. The center part can't really continue curving as it meets up with this other one, so it's kind of straightish here, but I think once this side's in, it'll look a little better. Maybe not up here, I don't know. I think I just need to be okay with that. As for this part, I think it's okay. It could be better, that's for sure. I've never built any sort of dome curved surface like this before, as is probably quite apparent. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll do. I'm gonna play around with it a bit more, figure out the top there, see what I can do, and then I'll come back. But I don't know. It looks kind of like a dome, and that's really what the goal was. So, uh, yeah, I think this row here needs to be moved back some. Maybe just one center out that far. I don't know. Maybe like just here. Yeah, well, I'm gonna play around with it. I just wanted to show you what I've been up to so far, and when I make a little bit of progress, I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. I just did a few adjustments, but already I think it looks a lot better. You can let me know down in the comments how you feel it looks, if you think it could be improved. I mean, obviously it could be improved, but if you have any ideas about how. But for now, what I'm going to try to do is mirror the bottom on the top, but I don't know. We'll see if I'm able to do it. I'll be back in a few. So, there it is. Half of one of the two domes. It's not perfect. I probably should have used some sort of formula for determining how to do the dome properly. But I think it's pretty good. Pretty good for just kind of like a eyeballed ad-lib sort of job. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is call it quits on the doming for a little while. It's kind of a tricky, at times frustrating process. So I'm going to do it in small steps. And what I may do in here is, well, obviously light it up a bit more. Because I took a layer off the floor and most of the torches with it. And yeah, mobs definitely spawn in here at the moment. So I'm going to run around, light it up a bit, and then maybe think and lay out the room a bit more. Decide kind of like, okay, what are we really going to build here for the villagers? Yeah, so we'll see how far I get into that before we run out of time for today's episode. Yeah, bring you back in just a minute. Okay, and I'm back. So, as I showed you, I just did a little bit of mining, just to clear this area out a bit, square it up. I am going to go up and take down the majority of that, probably right up to this level here, through that whole corner. But yeah, you don't want to watch me do that. So I'm going to mine that off camera, probably in between episodes. And I built up this dividing wall. I'm not sure what the decor, excuse me, I'm not sure what the decor is going to be in here, like how we're going to decorate the room. So for now I've just put up a stone wall, but there's going to be a window probably through here into the area over here. And I know what you're thinking, the portal isn't going to stop anything, your mobs are just going to come through back and forth, but no. I'm going to build a room containing the nether portal with entrances to both sides. And then we're going to have another nether portal over by our house somewhere. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to make it in like a basement or what, but that nether portal is going to transport us to like a little hub in the nether that we haven't built yet. And then we'll, excuse me, sorry. And then we'll be able to use the nether to teleport into this area once it's all domed off from the outside. And then inside there we will have redstone only doors so that mobs can't get into the room and use the portal, but we can use the portal to get in and out of both the village that we're going to build and the mob containment area which we're going to build. So in between episodes, I'm going to finish digging that out. I'm going to dig this area out a little more as well. I might leave the center bit. I kind of like it, but I'll just kind of square everything off. And I'm going to put some thought into what kind of decoration we will do in here. I think this side will be much more like laboratory specimen kind of decoration. So maybe this is where we'll use a lot of our quartz and some colored glass and I don't know, some cool stuff like that. And then over here we'll try to make it look a lot more homey. So we'll choose a couple types of wood. Yeah, maybe some like, I don't know, some hardened clay. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll think about it. And I may also pick away at this dome here. It's not looking very fun to me right now, but who knows? I might get some like motivation real quick to just work on it and bust out a whole bunch of it. I think the more that the inside comes along, the more I'm going to want to use it, and that will definitely increase my desire to finish it. And once we get one half finished, we can start putting a village in, and then we can work on the other half a little slower. But yeah, anyways, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. It's kind of a weird all over the place one, but I guess that's kind of what happens when I film it over 2 days. But anyways, I want to thank you for coming along, hanging out, helping me out, watching me build, and I'm very excited to see some growth in the channel. So if you want to share these videos with your friends, that'd be great. And definitely like and subscribe if you did like the video. And the subscription is so you don't miss any more. You know, you'll get notified that I've uploaded something new, some new kind of fail moments for you, and also some really cool stuff like building a dome to contain our village. So anyways, that's going to be it for today. Thanks again, and I'll check you out next time. Peace!